What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you with another video today. Before I begin, guys, I just want to say if you have any questions at the end of this video, type in hashtag Q4V down below, ask your question, and I'll answer at the end of the next market watch. If you guys have any comments, any changes in the market that you've seen today, well, comment down below. Let me know. I read every single one of your comments. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. Right now, we have some things happening right now in the market. Overall, we're in a dead season. We're in the calm before the storm. We're going to be having some new sets drop. We're going to have the NAG event happening, the UDS Invitational. But for a majority of Yu-Gi-Oh players, nothing's happening to World Celebration in August. So we're in a relatively early dead season for the most part. Everything's going to be calm. The market will look calm, but it's deceiving. You see, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that are buying meta cards and meta prices are just going to start dropping like flies. And cards that are good for like decors, or cards that are good for any new stuff that's being spoiled, even the OTG will raise up in value. Cards like Speed Void Terratop, a card on which has a $23 market price, but people are sleeping on it and it's $18. This card can 1-2 off the balance easily, and before anyone goes, no, V, it can't. We're in a pretty power crap meta, so yeah, my answer is yes, it absolutely can. The power crap meta is insane, and with so many things happening, or going to be happening with the balance, wouldn't be surprised if it was to see Speed Void Terratop come off it. Look at the current price point, it's $18. It's kind of cheap right now. We also have Infernoids as a deck core. Now, Infernoid sporadically saw a lot of meta play this past season. It saw a crazy amount of meta play, despite not being really talked about as much. Whenever time any deck that evolved on the graveyard, maybe even like Orcus right now, started becoming the dominant deck, Orcus was the best way to counter, and a lot of decks started doing that. Well, looking at it right now, we see a lot of Orcus cards that are kind of have pretty high value. Infernoid Onoku Ultimate Rare is about $7 market price, but you get a Light You Play Unlimited roughly around $8. Then you got other cards like Decatron being averaging around $5. Inferno Tierra Ultimate Rares, you can see them with a market price of $6, but it's way beyond that for the Ultimate Rare Tierra. That one's gonna come at for Unlimited, it's about 11s. First edition is gonna be almost like $12 for Tierra. Basically, Inferno as a decor is relatively easy to get behind those expensive cards, and the rest of the cards are about $1 and under. It's up to you whether you want to get it now as a deck core. I think it's going to be always good. I think as long as this deck exists, as long as decks that are Konami going to be making right around the graveyard, Infernoids always will have a place in a meta. So I think it's a great deck core to pick up, great for trade bait, and I would highly recommend you grab it as soon as possible. Then we have Magical Musketeers. Now, with the new support, Magical Musketeers definitely get a huge boost. And as much as I want to badly say it's going to make them a tier 1 deck, I don't think it's going to. But with the balance, who knows what could happen. It could slow down, Musketeers can become dominant. Originally, we saw Caspar hit a price point where we're seeing the market price of around $20. And you're seeing the price point be around $20 to almost $21 for Caspar. Well, I said I didn't believe this market jump up until we saw Starfire. You know, Caspar, Starfire, the only money cards in the actual set of Spirit Wars for Musketeers. We're seeing that happen right now. Starfire is almost bought out. It has an $11 market price. You got one listing over here from a new seller about $10, and after that one's done, Starfire is showing to have a $17 market price. It's matching Caspar, and to be honest with you, this gives me a little bit of hope of the market buying into both Caspar and Starfire. So we won't see just a vendor buying it. We're seeing players directly buying the Musketeers. They're really good, and they have a lot of good things about them. And Musketeers is definitely one of those decks I want to go first and have a good opening turn, just without even a new support card coming out against all these meta decks, especially graveyard decks. They just have so many ways to stop things, and I don't know, something about Musketeers tells me that they're going to be here a while, and it's not going to be, it doesn't take much for Konami to really support to make them tier 1. I believe the Link is a good way to start making them see more meta play. But the deck is really good right now. Hopefully you guys had your Musketeer stuff. I've always kept mine, and hopefully you guys kept yours. Everything else for Musketeers, for the most part, is relatively inexpensive. I think one of the trap cards had a huge buyout. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it was I think it was Last Stand from Spirit Warriors. The card currently back down to roughly around $2 to $3 for that card. The rest of the Musketeer spells and traps are worth nothing. Other monsters really worth nothing. The main two is going to be Caspar and Starfire. Once you have these two, you can play the new Link card, which is really good. And hopefully, like I said, Musketeers do see play, because I do like the deck a lot. Then we have Master Hero Darklord. I mean, yeah, we could say heroes in general, sure. But realistically, Master Hero Darklord. It got reprinted in multiple rarities. Ultimate Rare is a little around $100. $96 in the current market, with the market price showing to be $64. You got Ultra Red Darklord, which is slowly starting to go higher in value. We do see a 23 wall here, but that could easily be broken. Dual Saga cards have been broken in the past above their wall constantly, and to see Master Hero Darklord be the second most expensive version of the Ultimate Rare version of Darklord, wouldn't be surprised if the Ultra version goes past that. We're gonna see his price point easily hit $6 soon, and who knows where it goes after that. So you're gonna want to grab these if you're looking to play heroes in the future. That is, of course, if you don't mind playing with the Super Red Darklord, which is like $1, and then you also have a common as well, which is like $1. But realistically, you want the Ultra Red Darklord. That's the second best version. As far as deck cores, can we talk about Dragoonies and the fact that Dragoonies is, for the most part, a structured deck? Now, Konami loves doing this. They love taking a structured deck and making a meta for a while, and then taking it away from us, and maybe bringing it back and then taking it away from us. Nothing says that more better than Monarchs. But what about Dragoonies? Dragoonies is that dragon archetype that has been used sporadically throughout the meta. But as far as itself, Dragoonies never been really that tier 1 deck, that heavy hitting tier 1 deck. What would it take for Dragoonies to become meta? I argue just a link monster. That's it. Unlike my good friends over here, Musketeers, that I think need more than just a link monster, but still really good. I think Dragoonies have great can be a great deck. With the Link monster help them promote combo, they can use like guard dragons easily, and I think, I don't know, something about them says that, to me, says that this is going to be a good deck in the future. No brainers. Now, as far as what values to get, well, it's all over the place. You got Subject Blast, you got Dual Terminal, you got Dual Terminal 3 and 4, should really say. You got a bunch of other cards that are Dragoonies, but realistically, the higher value ones are going to be the Dual Terminal cards of the Dragoonies. If I was you, I would recommend picking them up right now. Some of them are really cheap, like Dark Spear, which is 27 cents, the Korska, it's like 19 cents. As far as like DT versions of Dragoonies, they do go as high as where's Phalanx? About $7 for Phalanx, but that's lower than its $9 current market price of the card. And then you got like Barcho, which is kind of going above the market price. So you really got to figure out where you're gonna go and grab your Dragoonie cards, because they do have some pretty crazy numbers. Like Gay Bulge over here has a $10 market price. $6 market price, but you got two of them listed for $10. Then after that, it hits about $32. I would definitely recommend you look online. Maybe look on Troll Toad. They're really good with dual terminal cards, or maybe just eBay or Amazon and grab this deck core right before it gets really expensive. Because I do think, once again, this is a huge deck core. It's very aggro. It was the old school combo deck with Dragoonies when you did the little combos with Star's Dragon, and I think it can be done again easily. Oh yeah, don't forget to get your ducks in a row. They're about $5. Up next, guys, Honest from Light Destruction. Honest is a very weird card as far as it goes rare. I personally think any version of Honest, Unlimited, or First Edition is going to be valued. It's inevitable in my opinion. We're looking at Honest right now in the market. Has a $40 market price. When you go over here to page 1, Let You Play Unlimited actually is lower. It's about $28 for Unlimited Honest. Now, focus on that number, $28 for Unlimited Honest, okay? There's not many listed, by the way. You don't see any walls of Ghost Rare Unlimited Honest. You see a couple of them, $28 roughly. You go to page 2, a couple of more Unlimited, no big deal. Go over to page 3, more Unlimited, once again, 1s and 2s at best. Then you go over here to page 4, and then we get to First Edition Honest. And First Edition Honest, lightly played, which is probably the average, is about $80. After those two are sold, it's $145 for Honest. Do you understand? Even $80 is crazy compared to the Unlimited version, which is about $28. All I'm trying to say, guys, if you don't have Honest in First Edition, it's not a big deal. I think with certain Ghost Rares, you might start seeing even the Unlimited ones hit some crazy numbers to follow its high price point. I think we saw this already with Star's Dragon, in which the Unlimited one's starting to show some real crazy numbers compared to, wait 1 second, let me just get there we go. Star's Dragon, Ghost. As compared to First Edition. First Edition is still really up there, but even Unlimited still having value. And Limited used to be like $10, $15 for Ghost Stardust. Look at the market price of Star's Dragon Ghost Rare, it's about $90. And then you got the, let's see, that's all damaged. Let's look over here. Lightly played is about $65 under $90 market price. That is, of course, we want to get first edition Star Dragon, and that one's gonna run you a couple of bucks. You're gonna there's none listed. Wow, there are none listed. There's a PSA one at $750, but I don't know. I'm kind of weird on PSA cards. I had a conversation throughout this past weekend at Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals talking about PSA graded Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, and some sell, some don't sell. I'm not a big fan of them personally. If you're bringing the eBay, then I guess PSA is a little bit easier for you. But for the most part, until TCG Player and other places can really show traction as far as what has sold, as far as PSA graded cards, we're not really going to see PSA graded cards do much. I mean, you grab them, collect them, throw them to the side. I wouldn't offer much for them, but definitely get them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think about PSA graded cards. Other than that, I think looking at Star Dragon, Ghost Rare, and other Ghost Rares, like I said, I could easily see the Unlimiteds starting to gain traction. Once everyone has sucked the life out of first edition for Ghost Rares in the market, Unlimiteds come next. It's inevitable. When we see buyouts, we always see this happen. And it happens in a faster ratio, obviously, when you see a buyout, but you see first edition go up crazy, and then they come back around and grab the Unlimiteds, and then they go up crazy right behind first editions. Well, for Ghost Rare Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, I think it's exactly what's going to happen. Konami has no intention of making any more Ghost Rare cards, and these are what we have, and that's it. That's the end of it. So these both become collectors, and even for Star Dragon, it might one day see play again. Judgment Dragon. Now, I know it has an Ultimate Rare version, and maybe we'll talk about that in a second. It's beautiful, by the way. But Unlimited Judgment Dragon is still really nice. Having a $19 price point, looking for unlimited versions of JD, you can see it for $17. Now, if you want a first edition version of Judgment Dragon, it's going to change once again. You got a first edition version. One second, I'm going to go on page 4. First edition version is at $32. Both which are cheap, but one version is $16. One's about $32, and then of course they vary depending on the vendor or website you go look at these card prices on. But that's a relatively cheap price for a card that came out secret rare from Light Destruction. I think Lightsworns are going to be around forever. They're the original huge engine dot deck, and I think that they'll find their way into other decks in the future game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I really do, and I think that if you don't have a Lightsworn core, whether it's super expensive or it's cheap, then you're doing a disservice to yourself as a player and a collector, because they're both they serve both purposes. And I think looking at JD, Turbo Pack Booster 8 with an $87 market price, it's kind of going down in value. Even the lightly played unlimited version from the Ultimate Rare is about $64. After that, quickly hits about $69, and then almost near $70 for Ultimate Rare JD. Like I said, I don't think that Yu-Gi-Oh! Players realize how good Lightsworn is, or how good Lightsworn can be. Because players like me who played it when it was full power can really see how easily it can be abused. And I think, once again, Lightsworns with any future support can easily be abused again. Looking at cards like Minerva, the Exalted Lightsworn, a card in which had crazy variances because you're going to get as a price card, so those numbers were through the roof, is now less than a $4 card on the market price. And we look over here, guys, you're seeing around $3 to $4 for Minerva. That's it. I would highly recommend grab these guys. I highly recommend it. Battles Legends Lightsworn Revenge is the only set it came out in, and it's going to be about 2 years almost that this card has been out and available, and its price point is so low in value. And by the way, there's no other printings. Well, there is another printing if you want to pay, a low price of about $12,000 for the Ultra Rare, or $1,000 for the super rare. Sure, there's other versions of it, but realistically, here it is right here. It's about $3 to $4, and I recommend you grab this as soon as possible. Earthbound Immortals are going up in value, and I kind of knew this was going to happen, but I thought this was going to happen way later on. Once again, I always emphasize the fact that I feel like collectors are moving forward into the GX era of Yu-Gi-Oh! So we're seeing a lot of GX era collector cards being picked up. Earthbound Immortal stuff, well, that's 5D's collector stuff. That shouldn't be even talked about with collectors. But we're seeing it happen here. And looking at cards like Earthbound Immortal, and these are all Ultimate Rares, by the way. Kaka Apu, unlimited versions about $32, higher than its $21 market price. After that one's gone, it's going to hit about $35. After that one's gone, you got a moderately played version up on around $50. When we keep looking for other versions like a lightly played first edition, it's $55, and once that one's gone, it's $70. These numbers keep getting crazier and crazier as these solo print listings move away. You got Asila Pisu, another card that has a $10 to $11 market price, and it's definitely not that, by the way. Unlimited is about $20. As far as first edition versions of this card, it's starting at $93. All the Urban Animals are starting to see traction. Uru is going up in value. Kakakuraru guy is going to start going up. All these Urban Animal Ultimate Rare cards, only the Ultimate Rares, by the way, are the ones that are going to have crazy value. I collect these. I have almost a full playset of each one of these. And the reason I did is because I felt like one day the collector's market is going to move its way into 5Ds. Once again, I don't feel confident in saying this is something you want to hold, because I think it's still too soon, and I think that if you have a first edition version of these cards, you might want to sell it. I'm debating on doing that to my collection, because I think that collectors should not be in 5Ds when we have so many more X-Saber cards that are still on tap, but it's so interesting to see about Earthbound Immortal cards. Next is X-Sabers. Now, X-Sabers is a very old deck. Fun fact, X-Sabers was around this time, roughly around Blackwings were out, and a little before Lightsworns were out. That's when X-Sabers were a meta deck. That's how old the deck was. I remember playing Blackwings using like Royal Oppression at 3 against X-Saber decks, and it was pretty fun actually. Well, looking at X-Sabers as a deck core, why couldn't they come back? And if they could come back, if they could get new support, let's two factors. There's they get new support, hype drives them up in value, which I think we're kind of seeing with Magical Musketeers. Hopefully I'm proven wrong and they become meta, or they become a good deck like Spirals, where it was nobody cared about it until they got this one card that made the deck amazing. Well, X-Sabers gotta have either or. And you know what? Who cares in the eyes of the marketplace? The marketplace does not see if it sees play or if it sees hype. It doesn't see it for that. It sees it only of hype, generically. That's it. Not the anticipation of it being good one day, or it being good one day. Just the hype alone is going to drive card prices up. Well, looking at X-Sabers, I think that's a great indicator. X-Sabers haven't had support for a long while, and cards like Dark Soul, that only came out Ultimate Rare in Shining Darkness with an $8 market price, is already starting to go up in value. I mean, you got Lightning Plate over here for $8, but if you want a first edition version, it's almost double that at $15 for X-Saber Dark Soul, this card. And that's only one of the X-Saber monsters. You got another one like Hyunli, and after that, they start going lower in value. We're seeing cards like Golems, even Ultimate Rare Golems, about $3 to $4. Fort Row from DT7, handle about $2. Bogart Knight, other versions of these cards, and you can see it. There's reprinted versions and now reprinted versions. Of course, I always say get the DT versions. You can still buy Guard Strike, by the way. It's only at $2. But yeah, X-Sabers are really cheap right now. And if you don't want to buy Ultimate Rare Dark Soul, no big deal. You got Lightning Play Unlimited Ultra Rare version, which is like $1 for Dark Soul. I just feel like X-Sabers are really cheap, and they've been cheap for a long while, and they're not going to be cheap moving forward in the future. Once the market realizes, oh, wait a minute, this is a deck core that can get 1 or 2 support cards and become good, or have the potential to become good, the market is going to absorb X-Sabers, and they're not going to be available at this low price. Yes, Konami will reprint X-Sabers, and yes, they probably will make them at in some instances higher rarity, like a Secret Red Bogart Knight, or Secret Red Dark Soul, sure. But doesn't take away from the ultimate versions of X-Sabers. Doesn't take away Ultimate Dark Soul, Ultimate Hyunli. Those are still going to be the highest version, and the hype alone is going to sell those out. Oh yeah, Ojama Country. Go look in your quarter box. $7 in the market? It's not that. It's $16 for Lightning Plate First Edition Ojama Country. You get an unlimited version over here for $11. Ojama Country. Now, I keep joking around with a buddy at my locals who loves Ojamas, and one day Ojama's getting that link support. Here, get ready for it, buddy. We just joke around with him. But what if it does? Is it enough to make Ojama Country merit its $16 price point? And why is Ojama Yellow a dual turn on 1 card that's nobody looking at right now? If you are thinking that, by the way, which I don't agree with, but if you are thinking that, sure, Ojama Yellow DT1 has a $2 market price, and it's about $2 on the market. Hey, I'm just throwing it out there. If you don't have your Ojama set up, and if you don't have Ulti Ojama King, wait, let's look at Ulti. I actually have this card and it's gorgeous. Ulti Ojama King, then you're just not doing it right. By the way, Ulti Ojama King has $11.50 market price, and it's definitely not that. It's unlimited play. It's about $9. Okay, is it first edition? No mind, they're all gone off the market first edition for Ojama Kings. Yeah, Ojama King. You have first edition version, you basically set the tone for the market. The Nearman Unlimited version is $50, so probably around that price point. Scarlet Red Dragon. Now, we saw at Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals, Joey was voicing and talking about Red Dragon. If you guys play Matt, have it around here somewhere, it's Red Dragon, which normally it should be Jinzo. I think Jinzo's way better, but sure. Red Dragon deck, Red Eyes Black Dragon, you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Red Eyes Black Dragon is kind of subsidiary to Blue Eyes. And in this deck core for Red Eyes, it still has crazy value. I mean, some of it makes sense, like Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend Ghost Rare with a $42 market price, but we're seeing, and it's stabilizing roughly around $40 in the market. This makes sense. It's a Ghost Rare. Once again, they're not making it anymore. This makes 100% sense. Even Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode, this makes sense. Then you got Red Dragon Archfiend Ultimate Rare. This makes no sense. $15 market price for a card that's lightly played, about $18. I understand it's a TV show card and it's 5Ds, but the market's not showing 5Ds movement. It really isn't. Besides these two cards, there's not many 5Ds cards that are going crazy. Blackwings kind of have some value, but that's not really because of Crow Hogan. It's just because Blackwings had some hype behind them in the past, and it takes a while to cool hype down of old Ultimate Rare cards like Breeze and Sapphire. And then you look at other cards like Red Dragon Archfiend Bane, which did get a reprint, but it's still around $4. Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend Ultimate Rare is about $13 to $14 higher than its $9 market price. Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode, the Ultimate Rare, well, that's about $12. Once again, you can do this all day long with these Red Eyes cards, and there's only some of it that actually merit its value. These right here, are Red Dragon, the two Ghost Rares merit the value. The rest of the stuff, I just don't agree with, and I think the market is, once again, it's the deck core of Red Eyes that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are moving in on. You got the Blue Eyes deck cores, you got the Red Eyes deck cores, same with you got the Dark Magician deck cores and the other Spellcaster variant deck cores. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't agree with, but man, Red Eyes players, I didn't think you guys were still alive. Moving forward, we got Mystical Space Typhoon from Astro Pack 8. This card just keeps going up in value. Market price of this card is currently $50, and we're seeing it at $58 for Ultimate Rare MSTs. Hopefully you guys grabbed yours. These things were like 20s a long time ago. Back when like Cosmic Cyclone was all the rage, they were like $27. You could actually go back and watch my older market watches and see when MST was like a $18 to $20 card, and just watching beg with you guys to grab these and not Cosmic Cyclone, because that did, and as we now know, got the reprint. Even Ultimate Rare Cosmic Cyclone, with its Ultimate Rare printing and the hype behind it, this still is not even half of the value of Ultimate Rare MST. Cosmic Cyclone Ultimate Rare has a $25 market price. It is at $27, almost $29, but it's just not, no one's buying Ultimate Rare Cosmic Cyclone. It's just not worth it. Up next, guys, Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit is back down to roughly around the same price point. It saw some meta play, it went really high, and then it went really low, and now it's stabilizing. Every time you think Ultimate Rare Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit, just think $71. This is what I do. The current market price is showing to be $71. The actual price is about $73, but just roughly put it around $71. Then we have Terraforming from OTS Pack 5 as well, with a $54 market price. And we're seeing it at $61 for Ultimate Rare Terraforming. I guess it's because some Orcus players are starting to play Terraforming in their builds, and that might be the reason why Yu-Gi-Oh players are opting to go in and grab these. Terraforming was like $40 for a while, and then it's kind of spiked pretty heavily, so hopefully you got that as well. And then we got Zoodiac Whiptail, which had a price point of $20. Market price showing this card to be about $12, and we're seeing it here about $12 to $13 for Zoodiac Whiptail. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know what you're doing as far as deck cores, but I have my Zoodiac deck core. I have my 3 Whiptail. And the only thing I don't have, I think, is its Ulti Tankies, because they're insanely overpriced. I got rid of those. But Zoodiac Barrage from Raging Tempest, Secret Rare, unlimited versions are about $4 on a card which has a $3.50 market price. As far as first edition Whiptails, first edition Zoodiac Barrage, it's about $5, almost in there $6 for this card. And to be honest with you, get your playset now. You got Shotgun Line, which is back down to about $2 to $3. Dryden, original Dryden, has a $1.50 market price, and we're seeing Lightly Play Unlimited be about $2. First edition is also about $2 to $3. I don't think Zoo's gonna come off the ban list tomorrow, but I do think parts of Zoo can be unlocked. And as we move forward into a more crazy kind of meta, wouldn't be surprised when Konami fully unlocks Zoo. And if you think that's insane, well, watch what they see. Watch what happens with E-Dragons and how they get slowly unlocked. Speaking of E-Dragons, Mental Dragon. Am I doing this wrong? Oh my god. Well, speaking of E-Dragons, you're gonna want to get E-Drag. You're gonna want to start picking them up. Oh my god, I forgot which one's the E-Drag. I always think of them as Elemental Dragons, and I know that's not the right answer. Here we go, right here. Blast Dragon Rulers. I don't know why I call them. Okay. Dragon. I don't know why I call them E-Dragons. They're Dragon Rules. Anyway, looking at Dragon Rules, you know, I mean, besides the silly tins that I guess you can get, they're kind of overpriced. I mean, well, this one's actually exact price, but I wouldn't recommend getting the tins. You're gonna really want to grab the secret versions of the Dragon Rulers. They're probably in dollar binders in your locals. They're probably just lying about. And before you go, V, why Dragon Rulers? Konami's not gonna fully unlock them. Well, maybe. In the future, sure, why not? We have a lot of crazy cards this past year alone that we thought would never get unlocked, like X-Saber Dragon. And yeah, it had an errata, but we still have it. We have Urgeki, we have Monster Reborn, and these cards aren't seen play, but these cards were literally meta-defining cards. We have Crackdown, which is like Change of Heart, but the trap version. Stuff like that is just insane to me. So yeah, I do think we can get cards like Dragon Rules when they're coming off the ban list. Now, all at once, no. I think the OCG did it right when they slowly, as they put Tempest to 1. I think they're testing the wars as far as Dragon Rules and slowly bringing them off the ban list. And I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing Dragon Rules come off the ban list. With that said, I'm dead serious. I have a playset of each of Dragon Rules and Secret Rare, and a playset of the rare ones, first edition. That's what I did. And I recommend if you want to grab stuff for a ban list, if you want to start getting ready for the next meta, if you want to get ready for the ban list, not just this one, but the next one after that, and after that, and after that, just waiting, yeah, you're going to want to grab the Dragon Rulers. You're going to want to grab Secret Rare Blasters, who are like, it's $3, which is around its market price. You're going to want to grab Tempest Secret Rares, Tidal, the regular rare blasters, which are the dollar list at $2. Same with Redox and all these other Dragon Ruler cards. You're going to want to grab these because these have the potential to come off the ban list. And if, let's say tomorrow, you woke up, okay, you rubbed your eyes, you took your full body pajamas off, you put some clothes on, and you go over the computer, and then everyone's hitting you up, your phone's blowing up, and everyone's saying the ban list is out, and Tidal came out even at 1? What would that do? Dragon Rules were so broken. The fear of Dragon Rules coming out again, it was a fear many years after they actually were finally put down in the ban list. And it took a couple of attempts, and a lot of attempts to put Dragon Rules down. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw even one of these cards come off the ban list. What do you think will happen in the market if it does? There's currently 42 listings of Tidal, Dragon Ruler, the Waterfalls. And I'm just grabbing this one out as an example. It has a $2 market price, and we're seeing it for $2. But you know what we're not seeing? Not that many walls on page 1. Let's see if we got any walls on page 2. I'm talking like 50 wall, boys. We got a 3 over here, a 4, a 3. Once again, let's go to page 3. We got a 5 wall at $4. If you want to call that a wall, that's less than 2 play sets. You got 7 wall finally over here at page 4. Then you got 25 wall when the card's holding almost near a price point of around $9. By the way, this will get blown away in 2 seconds at 25 wall. Still at $9. Then you got a 44 and a 76 wall with the card being around $10. Current price of the card, by the way, is still $2. So I do think Dragon Rules are definitely worth it. I think if you are out there and you're looking to look into the market to get cards in case it comes to the ban list, once again, the cool thing about Dragon Rules is if it was to come off the ban list and let's say that misses this one, no big deal. If you buy them now, you're gonna have them as you move forward. I don't think they'll go under $2 for Tidal Secret Rares. I could be wrong, but I doubt it's gonna happen. And same thing with other Dragon Ruler cards. I don't think they're gonna go as low as they're currently gonna go. So I would grab right now and put them to the side. Once again, this is what I personally did. I did the same thing with I basically have almost 2 Dragon Ruler cores from back in the day, max rarity, from their version, depending how you do it, because they came out rare first. So I got a rare playset each, and a rare playset of Super Rejuvenations, and then I got the Secret Rares with another set of Super Rejuvenations. I forgot to buy that sword actually. Where is it? I gotta buy one of these bad boys. Personally, I'm just throwing it out there for you guys in case you want to do the same thing as I'm doing. Sacred Sword of 7 stars came out a bunch of places. The Mega Tins, Structure Decks, but more specifically, Lord Tachyon Galaxy, $1.45 market price, and you're seeing here for about $2 for the card. So yeah, I gotta grab 6 of these. Probably gotta do that soon. But anyway, that's what I'm doing, guys, as far as getting deck cord wise. And I know there's other deck cords I'm working on, and I'll probably talk about that in more of these videos. Common question of the day comes from BB Luigi Gaming. Says, what's your opinion on Dual Devastation? Well, I actually grabbed it up and so we can look at it together. I think Dual Devastation is great. I said it in another video. I think I said it yesterday or the day before yesterday. I forgot. I was talking to a lot of you players throughout this weekend about what I thought about Dual Devastation, and I like it. I like high rarity cards. I love high rarity cards. But I know there's Yu-Gi-Oh players out there who either can't A, afford it, or B, don't like high rarity cards. So I do like the fact that they have options for players that want to go that route. And looking at Ghost Ogre and Ash Blossom and Ghost Bell, and all these cards, alternate art. That's pretty cool. We're gonna see alternate art version of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and hopefully Konami starts doing this more in the future, making more alternate art cards. I'm a big proponent of alternate art cards, seeing it done in Magic the Gathering, and I would love to see it be done in Yu-Gi-Oh. Why not give us Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring originally, and then make an OTS version of it, and have the OTS have the alternate art. Same with Colossus. Same with any Ultimate Rare card that came on OTS pack. Give us an alternate rare version of it. Give us 4 OTs per OTS pack, and make one of them an alternate rare version, alternate art version of an Ultimate Rare card in the previous OTS packs. That'd be awesome. It would revitalize the market, allowing Yu-Gi-Oh players to have access to these old cards like Mystical Space Typhoon, which came out in OTS Pack 8, and other old school Ultimate Rare cards like Dragoon, which got bought out. All these great cards. I really wish Konami would do that a lot more. Trishula, Dragon, the Ice Bear, sure, we already have it, but okay, no big deal. It's cool to see Abyssal as an ultra rare, even though it should have been ultra rare. Tornado Dragon's a great card, so you just definitely needed an ultra rare reprint. Inspector Border, sure, we'll get, I mean, it's like $6-7 for sure. Spell Canceller as an ultimate rare, which is great. It's a card that there weren't many listings of, and I'm glad it's getting a reprint for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. Super Poly as an ultra rare reprint is amazing. I personally still like my super rares, but it's cool to have, once again, this ability for Yu-Gi-Oh players that want to have ultra rare Super Poly. Wave Motion Cannon is not needed. You don't need to do this. Like, stop it. Kill Mystic Mind this banless, and take Wave Motion Cannon out. Solemn Strike is yet another reprint, even though it's ultra rare. I feel like it's a bit too much, but sure. And then Typhoon as the ultra rare is kind of cool because it did kind of get jacked up. I think Typhoons are like $11 right now, $12 for super rare Typhoon. So it is cool to see it go down a bit. Going to be going down a bit with the ultra rare printing. So I personally love Dual Devastator. I love the fact that Konami's like, hey guys, listen, some sets were released will be expensive, and then eventually we'll get sets for everybody else. I wish they close that kind of a time frame, but I understand what they want to do with it. They want to promote product, and then once products, that well is dry, they're gonna make reprints for everybody, which once again is kind of cool. They can't do it with everything, but I do appreciate the things they do it with, and hopefully you guys do as well. Anyway, Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my video. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit the like button and comment down below. And if you have any questions, make sure to type in #Q4V. Also, I just want to say a little special shout out to my buddy, Mr. Crouch, Brant Crouch. I saw him at the YCS. His kid was in a Dragon Duel, and his little Paisano finished 12th, day 1, but lost to the kid who eventually wound up winning it all. It was really cool to see a fellow father, Yu-Gi-Oh player, as well as someone who's involved in the game and has their kid in the game, and it inspires me. I have 2 boys. I would love to see my boys one day win the Dragon Duels, and it's cool that his kid came so close, and hopefully next year your kid will have Mr. Crouch, and hopefully to everybody out there that's playing Yu-Gi-Oh, you guys do good in your locals, and if you're going to the UDS, go check it out. I know I'm gonna try to get there because it sounds really fun to do for the UDS invitation, because I want to win a belt. I actually own a wrestling replica belt, and I would love to have 2 belts. Anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching my video. Please make sure, if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure to subscribe. And you Paisanos, have a great day.